So you had just walked in. So as you kind of like refamiliarize yourself with this quaint little lowland tavern, kind of glancing around, you see the familiar pet pig over to the left, stuffing its face with rudimentary oats and barley that's been left over. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? How do you want to start things off this evening?
Well,
can we get the tavern to quiet down a little bit so we can hear you?
Actually, amazingly, it just did. Did you hear that?
Yes, that was amazing.
It was as if they realized they were being too loud.
like, oh, God's talking. Okay.
I am going to sit down at this end of the table.
Okay.
Sure, yeah. I'm gonna follow suit.
I'm gonna stand on the table. No.
Oh, okay.
You know, as you do.
So, do we have a plan for talking to these Highlanders?
Have we ever had a plan?
Sometimes.
Oh, it just never works according to the plan.
Right. So Aaron's come with you. Here he is, right here. And as you sit yourselves down, Aaron takes a seat at the table, and James Beecham says, "I'll get a round of drinks for everybody, shall I?"
Good man.
And he heads off to the bar.
Well, I was thinking we just, find them and basically say we'd like to hire you as mercenaries, sellswords.
How much gold do we have now? Now that we've spent a lot of it on frivolous cats statues.
I have 80 platinum, 178 gold.
How much is a platinum again?
10 gold.
10 gold.
Even up here.
Okay. Well, I haven't done the conversion yet, and math is hard, so I'm just gonna say I have 1,500 gold, which is
Same.
math.
50 plat.
So
Okay,
we all
so as
have
you're having
roughly
this
about-
discussion, you see Aaron, like, his eyes are like gotten bigger and bigger, and he says,
Oh no.
"You are indeed wealthy folk."
Will that buy an entire army though?
Well,
4,500.
I'm
I
trying
would
to buy.
hesitate to say that those folk that dwell in the Highlands would be so easily bought. But then, they're mostly vagabonds and thieves, so for that kind of money, you might be able to buy some kind of misguided loyalty, that's the truth.
Buying loyalty? What are we doing?
Oh no, we're not getting into this again, are we, Marlo?
Well, I just look thoroughly confused. Like, I don't understand what we're doing. Like, I genuinely don't understand. I'm not asking to be difficult.
Okay, the idea is to get the Highlanders to help in the war with the Lowlanders against the Valkyrie. So it's really just we use them as shock troops to create some kind of diversion on the battlefield where the Lowlanders will take less losses in the war if it comes to that. That's what I
turns and he puts
Well, people really...
a small mug of fine whiskey in front of everybody, and it looks like it's a triple or a quadruple shot for sure.
Thank you, Beecham.
I'm hoping
Not really.
there's another way.
Not really acknowledging what he set in front of me. I'm just gonna down it in one gulp and then go back to what was going on. So, but will people really fight, like, to the death based on money?
Well, think about the the gentlemen we turned from stone. Most of them were sellswords. They all had 100 gold in their pocket, remember? And they were quite adamant on fighting us at the whims of those evil sons of bitches.
Aye, it's not uncommon for a clan to recruit outside help for a expenditure of coin when it comes to battle. You'll be surprised what a man will do for a few coins in his pocket.
Disgusting.
Whether it's honorable or not, that's another conversation for another time.
We've already
That's
discussed
the
that
problem,
they have
though.
no honor, Marlo.
Yeah, but that's the problem. They're prizing money like I would prize honor, and the fact that money equals honors.
Miss Marlowe, why I understand where you're coming from. At the end of the day, if they draw swords and stand on the battlefield and they're willing to fight, whatever reason gets them there, does it really matter? Maybe to you.
Well, it only matters to them.
Well, for some reason, they think that having that extra coin in their pocket will make their lives better, even though most sellswords I see just whittle it away on drink and other things that are not long-lasting and worthwhile.
That's their own burdens, I guess. I
Well,
just
to a
don't
man who
understand
has neither woman nor hearth, maybe a full belly and a warm sup of a wee dram is more than enough to put a smile on their face. You live
Hopefully they go
privileged
for
lives. You're nobility from where you come from. We live a simpler life up here in the north.
I prefer simple.
Aaron and we became, perhaps we've already said this, we became nobility based off of action, not birthright.
I understand, but I just heard you talking about how much coin you had in your purse. And let's be frank, when's the last time you all had to worry about where the next meal was coming from? Oh, I mean, no offense, but you're certainly not shy of a shilling.
I admit it's been a while, but we do earn this gold fighting.
To be fair, some of this was recently acquired from salvaging a cave, so it's not
True.
I mean, but in all truth, I thought we would go to the Highlanders, offer to hire them, and then go seek out Beecham's suggestion. I'm gonna look at Beecham.
Yes. And, quite, that would be a possibility, yes.
It would entail traveling back into the mountains.
Oh, yes, to see the dwarves, clearly. As you know, the dwarves are in the mountains.
Right. I mean, if you guys have any other suggestions about what to do next, I'm all ears, honestly. And we've got a couple of weeks to wait before the summit. And that's when the dwarves will get their response from these fine folk.
Well, I think we're doing the right thing going to the Highlanders. I'm going to kind of glance at Irnan and then back at my group and say I would like to get the story from them too. As much as I'd like to believe they're all thieves.
Well,
It's very biased, I think. Right?
well, of course, I mean, when you had, 2 score of sheep and a dozen cows taken from you, you generally tend to consider those that take them as thieves. It's not like they purchased them or offered any kind of trade or bargain.
Aaron, of course, such squabbles and feuds have happened amongst the lowlanders too, right? The different clans.
Aye. But
So,
lowland clans, our squabbles are usually over different things. We don't steal from each other. It's usually over who married who and who slept with who and who dishonoured who, not who stole cows.
Cues.
I mean, you have to
I heard
understand.
coos myself.
Cows and sheep and horses are something to to praise up here in the north. And to take such a thing, well, any wee shite that would do such a thing would be hard-pressed not to find a sword rammed in his belly.
Alright, I mean, I'm sure they are, but before I just decide I'm going to throw them in the front lines, I want to know who they are for myself. As one of my commandments.
Well, that would be a sensible thing to do for obvious reasons, but judge them for yourselves. But I think you'll find that they're kind of resembling the picture that we've painted.
It sounds bad. It does.
So to you, Ernan, we approach them, they will probably attack us outright, like the Valkyrie did when we went north with you. Is that your impression? Like they will see us and be like, hey, here's some idiots.
I can tell you, if a group of me and my clansmen was to travel north, that's exactly what we'd expect. Now, you being strangers and all, and diplomats, maybe you can talk your way out of a fight in a barney, but I dare to say, it depends on who you come across. Having me along may or may not provoke the situation, even if I stay with my mouth stum.
Well, that's the other thing we need to discuss. You have said that you would lead us as close to them as possible, or to them if you could.
Aye.
Beecham, you of course are welcome to stay here or go with us, whatever you feel would be in your best interest, or our collective.
Come with us.
Well, if you're coming back here, I definitely could stay, keep an eye on things while you're gone, but I have no aversions to coming if that's your preference.
Well, how long do you think we'll be gone, Ernan?
Don't know. I mean, you're talking about 2 days' travel to get to the Highland territories. I'm surprised you didn't encounter any when you went to the north before. But, 2 days hence north, 2 days back, 1 day to tarry and deal with such a bunch of cretins, then we'll be back within the week, I would think.
Alright, well...
Or not at all.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Do we want to go with all our goals? I mean, we could use some of it for a down payment, probably, if we are trying to hire them, right? But perhaps it would be best if we didn't have all of our perceived riches.
In case we get, pickpocketed, you're saying? By these thieves and foul mouths?
In dealing with supposed bandits, you don't want to go there with everything, right? You kind of want to go there with a little bit to show them that you mean business, but not enough that they take advantage of you right then and there, even though we probably could kill them all if we really had to. What with Marlowe's punches and your spells. Just enough for a taste so they think that they can get a better deal if they cooperate, if even dishonorably. And I'm going to look at Marlowe. With notions that they will get one over on you later on, right? I mean, we will be going with a skiff, right? So that might cut our journey short. Or is this with the skiff, Ernan?
We have no experience of travel on such a strange contraption. What we're talking about is, above ground footed travel with a spirited stride.
Okay.
That's not... We can show you. Maybe you could start making them here. Might like it.
I'm no one much for contraptions and things like that, but you may show the blacksmith.
Ooh. Okay.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, if anything, whatever happens with the dwarves, such technology should spread. It would make life easier for you guys, I reckon.
Well, I mean, what exactly is it anyway? What are you talking about?
It's a sled.
It's basically a giant sled carried by some goats, mountain goats.
Oh, the kind of thing that we used to pull firewood.
Right, but
Maybe.
it also pulls us, so you don't have to use your legs.
It's like a segue.
It's a way to be lazy. Maybe they don't want it.
So, like, it's a sled, but much bigger. What the hell pulls the thing?
The goats.
Goats?
Yeah.
How the hell you get goats to muscle up and pull something that can pull folk?
Well, they're
Goats
Money.
and goats.
they're dwarf goats.
So they're small. So that makes no sense
dwarf
whatsoever. Not small goats that can pull a great
No.
big sled that can carry, what was it, 4 of you? Pulls 4 of you. A couple of goats pulls 4 of you. That makes no sense at all.
Just you'll see it when you see it, okay? You'll be impressed. I think. I mean, it might be good for you guys.
Now I want a dwarf goat.
I know, that sounds so cute.
One of those
They
that
bounce
faint when
around
get
everywhere. They
scared.
just jump
The
constantly.
fainting
You've seen
ones.
them.
You could use your rod of wonders, Kia.
Shrink
Make it
goats.
small. Shrink a goat.
I will not touch that rod of wonders unless I need to. Okay? That's dangerous stuff. I'm gonna glance at Cal nervously. And I'm gonna also
He
let
just
Cal out of
squints
the
at
bag.
you as you glance at him. He's like, he's already on the table.
Okay, getting him some milk. Did I do those things? I'm doing
Well,
them.
he is already on the table. Look at him. Bastard.
Okay. I think we should get some sleep.
Move out first thing in the morning.
So
Yeah.
am I to accompany you on the morrow, or am I to stay here and keep my ear and nose to the ground?
Stay here, keep half of our gold, do not spend it.
Oh, Lady Kia, I almost feel insulted that you would suggest that I would do such a thing. After all, I recently acquired quite a sum myself. But yes, as you
gonna shut
say,
my mouth.
I will keep your coinage close to my bosom and make sure
I'm
that
gonna dump
nobody
the
acquires
pouch with my money in it out on the table and like shove the rattler that I have in my bag back in there and
Okay,
hand
so
him all
people
of my
start
money.
looking as Beecham is like, oh, and starts scraping it off the table as quickly as he can into his lap.
Perhaps we should finish these transactions in private.
Well, they don't exactly.
I give him all of mine. I'm like,
Okay.
To be fair, Kia, they don't exactly have like a tavern bed for us.
Yeah, but there's back alleys, right?
Well, not really
Back
alleys.
alley.
That's where money
These are like
transactions
huts
take place,
or
right?
wooden hovels on the side of a hill slope. There's really not an alley to be seen.
he's
But-
not wrong though. Money's made me soft. Maybe I shouldn't carry money anymore.
Marlo, money did not make you soft.
It makes you harder, and even your monsters. It's armor, right?
No, Kia.
Well, he did bring up an interesting point. When was the last time we had to worry about food or shelter?
It's
I mean,
survival.
Radovan has spells now. That's why we don't have to worry about food. First of all,
Oh, like you guys have shown a great appreciation for that.
Radovan,
Beecham over
Sir
here
Radovan.
sneaks in some jerky whenever he can because he can't stand the taste of my magical
I have
food.
stood up for your magical food for years now. Okay.
And in defense of your food, you called it food? Food?
That
Y'all won't
stuff
let me
that
hunt
you put on the
anything,
table.
so... Won't let me, like,
Because
go
fish
kill
are
animals.
friends.
All right, we'll stay the night here. Irnan will go first thing in the morning on this magical skip, and we'll meet these
Thanks for the
Highlanders.
cheer, my friend. Much love.
Sounds good. Thanks, Paul.
Oh, stop licking the lamp. That cat's gonna burn himself. Sorry.
All right. I'll go ahead and stand up. Say, well, good night.
Where are you going?
Going to. Oh, where did we sleep last time?
We sleep here.
Oh, we do.
Like last time, you actually slept like in the
you're
tavern
right.
main, the main hall here of the tavern. Like there's no rooms
Oh yeah, that was here.
as
I forgot.
such. So
I'm gonna go by the fire then and cozy up.
all right. Okay. So is that what everyone's doing? Basically, just riding out the night till the morning.
Pretty much.
Mom was sleeping in the pig trough. Yeah,
Why
have
not?
that in your ear.
That's basically what I used to have to do anyway. Sleep with the cows and the stuff in the stables.
Okay. All right. So bright and early the following
school.
morning, you all wake up. Beecham has acquired plenty of food and drink ready for you guys for your journey as requested. So, what do you guys want to do? You ready to roll?
I give him 1,000 of my gold pieces, or 100 platinum.
Yeah. So okay. So you're giving Beecham 100 platinum. Marlowe's giving him everything she owns.
I guess I'll keep what I have then.
All of my money, yes.
Okay.
That's
All
pretty
right.
much all I got. So.
We're gonna get on our skiff and have Ernan lead us to the Highlanders.
Okie dokie.
And before I leave, I'm going to be telling Beecham, if we are unsuccessful, I would suggest staying for the summit, hearing the news. If you can stay out of the fight, stay out of the fight, but use the statue to warn the king. Like, if we truly fail.
Okay, so, yeah, Beecham is like, so, about how long should I wait before I consider you gone awry?
Can we send him messages?
Well, if we're dead...
Oh. I mean,
I-
we
I
can
Just send a
update
quick
him if
message, like tell the monster, wait, don't kill me
If
yet, I
we-
gotta send a message.
If we don't send him a message, he could assume,
well,
you know.
no, but, I mean...
You mean
Yeah,
contact
right,
him
Jane.
every
Right, kid.
day or something?
See, I would think, like, he stays for the summit, sees what's decided, maybe gets wind of the outcome of whatever battle might happen without us, if it does. So,
Couple of weeks.
like, 3 weeks or so?
until
Yeah.
after the summit, basically.
After the summit.
Or
yeah.
the conclave. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch.
We're dead.
So yeah, he agrees he will wait until after the conclave before he snaps off the cat's head and he says, I do beg your pardon. I probably should have made note of it, but what was the correct phrase that I was supposed to say?
Prince Renathon. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
No, go ahead. I would have got it wrong. Was it Prince? I thought it was just Renathon Aurelian.
It was Renathon Aurelian. You were right. It's Renathon Aurelian.
Damn
Okay.
it, this isn't working.
So I, just to be sure, I snap the thing in half and say the word, or I say the word and then snap it in half?
Oh.
Or does it really matter?
Just do it at the same time.
Well, it would take longer to say Renathon Aurelian than it will to go snap, you see.
Just throw it on the ground.
Maybe I'm overthinking this. I don't know.
I
I'm not
think you
familiar
are
with these magical practices.
Right. Break it and say Renathon Aurelian.
Okay, break it first. You're sure now?
Or whichever way it fucking works, man. Do I have to read the text again? I mean, I don't remember the...
You know you do.
Gore, I hate you.
Hey, it's not me. It's
It's Beecham.
It's
Blame it on the
Beecham.
NPC.
It's James Beecham. He doesn't know.
The subject... Okay, so the subject speaks the command word at the same time that it rends or breaks the items.
Okay, there you go. He says, okay, so I start speaking and then snap. Right, I've got
Right,
it.
Beecham. Can I have my dagger back? You're annoying me now.
Well,
No, I'm kidding.
oh,
It's like I
okay.
sold
Oh.
it. Okay.
Let's just go.
Bye.
Well, fair enough. I will, as I said, I'll wait at least a couple of weeks until after the conclave, and if there is no word or sign of any of you, I will perform the magical ritual as you have requested.
Thank you, Beecham.
One other small question.
Yes.
From a point of bearing, I'm not entirely sure where this Panarian Ridge is that you're talking about. So, in what direction from the Panarian Ridge should I travel to find the capital city?
Southwest.
Okay, very well.
You go south like a day to a village. Hopefully that village is still there and is prospering a little bit. And then you follow the...
I'm sure if there's a village southwards, then I can request information from the villagers there.
Yes.
So yes, I just as long as I can find civilization, that's all. Excellent. Well, I bid you Godspeed, and I hope you are successful in your venture, Sir Radovan, and Sir Marlowe and Lady Kia.
Thank you, Beecham. You've been just great.
The way you're talking, it's
You've
kind
been
of,
a guy.
You're trying to. It sounds very much like you're not actually coming back. You seem very defeatist, but never you mind. I will do my duty for the kingdom of Arconus. Should
We
it
will
be
be coming
required.
back. You won't have to do your duty. It's fine.
And of course, if
We're
you
not
don't
gonna die.
return, the money that I'm holding for you is
To care.
to do with as I
Donated to
Is it?
charity.
Are you hourly?
Donated to charity.
To Rockhelm to benefit
Oh.
the school.
Oh, that's right. You did erect some sort of educational establishment. didn't
Yes, and it's still in poor shape.
you? Yes. Fine. I will do that on all the honor that I possess.
Thank you.
Fucking Beecham, man. Love him, but I hate him too.
Paid by the word here.
All right. So Ernan is standing outside. He says, "So this skiff of yours, where'd you put it? What is it?"
Stables, right?
Yeah, we the stables.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you guys are up by the tavern. Okay. Okay. Well, you acquire your skiff, and with that, travel northwards. All right. Well, that's the perfect time for us to take a short break. It brings us up perfectly to our first break point. Okay. So yeah, you travel a full day northwards across the frosty terrain with the wind blowing hard down from the north towards you. A full day's travel, all you've really seen is white fields, frosty trees, a few hills, snowbanks, nothing of any real indication of life northwards from Crean Larrick. Of course, the mountains to the north are ever looming towards you, and honestly, it's hard to tell that this isn't the way you've been already. When you traveled north, you traveled up to the mountains before. It's pretty much most of the terrain that you've already covered, so other than the impossibility of telling one tree to the other, it's easy to feel like we've been here before.
We're gonna go ahead and switch places so I'm the one in control of the reins.
So you want to drive?
Yeah.
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
Radovan, nah.
Oh,
Did you really just shunt me from driving?
I would have asked nicely, like, hey, Radovan.
so who is up front?
pretty good with
you tell me
animals.
who's up front. I can tell you.
You take the reins.
I saved these goats from certain rock-falling death, if I so recall.
Dwarf goats have intense loyalty toward Radovan right now.
Right? Yeah.
And I thank you for that.
Giant
However,
dwarf goats.
we all know that you're not, the smoothest of drivers.
I'll take it.
No offense, sir.
No, it's
yeah,
okay.
so it's yeah. All right, so Kia is taking the reins of So I'm assuming you've pretty much been in control the entire time then.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yes, as the sun sets and it begins to get dark, the moon, being 3/4 full, still gives it a fairly large amount of light as it reflects off of the crispy white snow. So even though it is dark, you can still see remarkably well. Even those of you that are not Cairliana.
No.
So
It's the extra.
Yeah, Aaron, do you know? I mean, are we going the right way? Because
hey, I'm traveling north.
Well, we've already done this to go to the mountains, and
Oh, we did say we were surprised you never met them the first time. But you know, we live down in the lowlands and the mountains are north, and between us and the mountains, what we affectionately refer to as the Highlands. Now, that being said, you may have travelled straight into the mountains, whereas the Highlanders tend to live more on the westernmost side, so we'll probably be travelling up a little bit more further north than you did before you entered the mountains.
I see. You hear that, Kia?
You hear that?
You hear that?
I do.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So you've been traveling all day. The goats are starting to lag a little bit in their footsteps, and as I said, it has started to get dark. Do you guys want to rest up here? You want to push it? What's the game plan?
If the goats are looking tired, I think I would definitely stop.
They could probably carry on going, but at some point they're going to have to rest.
Nah, we'll stop.
We'll stop. Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay. A game plan then for your stoppage?
Game plan. Leave in the skiff. Take a watch.
Go to sleep.
Any
Take a
objections?
watch. No, that's good. I like it.
Okay. Marlo, you're up.
Okay. While I'm taking watch, I'm gonna practice with that damn hammer, and then.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to stand out there in the snow with your mighty hammer and do your arm twists 1,000 times on each arm. Okay. So how are you dividing up your watches?
It's usually just Marlo and then me, right? 4 hours each.
Usually, yeah. Is that what you're doing tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right then. Okay.
I get my full 8 hours of beauty rest.
Okay. Well, the night passes by remarkably peacefully. Other than the sounds of the cold north wind buzzing and blowing around the cart and wagon, or should I say, skiff, it's pretty much uneventful. Being out of the wind, obviously the skiff doesn't offer any warmth, but it does definitely shield you from the cold, or the cold of the wind. So it's a lot more cozy inside, just by the very virtue that you're covered up in big, thick, heavy furs, and the wind is not hitting you in the face. You can sleep reasonably well inside this thing, especially now it's been properly repaired.
That's great news.
All right.
Oh, what did Aaron think of it, by the way?
He kind of looked at it a little strange, walked around it twice, poked it a couple of times, and then went, all right, let's see how this thing travels. But he does seem remarkably curious about how, or he did refer to, what the bloody hell do you feed those numpties to get them that big? Never seen no goats that size before. Like the size of sheep, or well, not the size of sheep, but the size of cattle.
Coos?
Hey, size of cows.
I really don't know. Maybe some enhanced...
Dwarves! They feed them dwarves. That's why they call them dwarf.
Wow!
That's why they have such huge amounts of fur. It's all the beards they eat. Okay.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So you wake up fully refreshed in the morning. Everybody got a pretty reasonable sleep, and you can continue northwards.
All right, we're gonna do.
Alrighty. Another full day's travel goes by, pretty much the same thing. You have the mountains now kind of directly to your northeast. And Irnan says that you know, do not travel directly to the mountains, just kind of skirt around the side to the west.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Irnan, as we get closer, would you want to discard your clothes in favor of something that doesn't tell them that you're a Lowlander?
I was just thinking that. Because we'll get
Oh, you mean like hide my sash?
Yeah. I mean, I know you're proud, and rightfully so,
Hey,
for
but not
wearing
stupid.
it.
No, that's a right smart idea. I'd have to be a right moron to not heed such advice. Aye. So he takes his shoulder sash off and stuffs it down inside his shirt, and then just throws some more,
Okay.
furs over himself to cover up anything that might lead to looking.
Try not to talk too much. If you find yourself getting angry, just, don't hit them. We'll make up a story for you as to why you're so quiet.
Okay.
You should probably be telling this to Marlo, too. Yeah.
You too, Marlo.
I gotta
You
be
get
honest,
mad,
I kind
don't
of thought
hit
she
them.
was talking to me in the middle of that, so.
Alright. He kind of like politely listens to what you says, and he says, "As an aside, I'm not stupid.
Okay,
I'm not a
okay.
numpty. I'll keep my wee gob shut so well."
Okay. You wee gulp.
Also, Kia,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like saddle up next to you a little bit.
Alright.
So, of everyone here, you look the most regal, I should say. Perhaps.
Is that a compliment?
Well, do you think regal is a compliment?
Yeah.
Just say yes, Radavan. Jesus.
Then it was a compliment. Perhaps we should be your bodyguards, and you take charge of the negotiations.
Wait. You want me to take charge of talking to these folk? These thieves?
Say that you have a place, you have a means to pay them, and we would like them to fight because Valkyria threatened the whole Southlands. And and
What? Can they be my bodyguards, and you be maybe one step below me so you could butt in if I mess up?
sure.
Okay. It's gonna happen. I
I'm gonna
will
lean
do
over
my
to
absolute
Radavan.
best.
What?
Anytime
Pretend to
a
be
woman-
like you.
Anytime a woman, especially Key, asks if it's a compliment, you just say yes.
Oh, since when are you a master of relations?
Since I became a woman.
Since
you
you
were talking
became
to
a
a
woman, when did that happen?
Since I was born a woman and you're talking to a woman.
So as Marlo says this, smirking, I'm just gonna say, "Okay, Sir Marlo." I'm just gonna go like this.
I'm gonna completely miss the sarcasm and just be like, "You're welcome."
Alrighty.
We're gonna
Alright.
travel on.
Alright. So yeah, it's a third day of travel. Let me go ahead and move you up a little further. Alright. Okay. So the terrain has started to get a lot more rough and rocky. Periodically, you are having to navigate around large, large kind of like rock structures and assemblies that are kind of like poking out of the snow as it is getting significantly more difficult to travel. The skiff still does well. The goats can easily navigate it. It's just, you instead of this nice smooth glide that you've been used to, 1 minute, you're kind of like leaning back, then you're over to your side, then you're to this side, as it's kind of like shifting, following the contours of the rough, rocky landscape. If it wasn't for the snow, it would probably be hell to travel over this with anything short of, hoofed creatures. I mean, a cart could probably never navigate through here with the snow missing.
I'm wary of the boulders for some reason. I don't like how they're spaced. I'm wary of them. They're throwing off my feng shui.
This is not natural. Okay.
I cast find traps on the boulders.
I searched the snow for traps. Right, yeah. Okay, yeah, so you carry on traveling through the snow. You can see, the mountains are probably a good mile or two to your right by now. There's a thick wall of mountain, but kind of like there is rolling, I would say hills, but it's more like crags and rocks and stuff like that all the way around, but they're covered enough with snow to make it to where they're still smooth enough for the skip to travel. Okay. Let me move you guys up a little bit.
Whenever you do that, I'm like, I roll for initiative.
Funny you should say that. No.
Oh, no.
But yeah, as you're traveling, suddenly, like, directly in front of you,
What?
emerging out of the snow, you see a scruffy-looking fellow with dirty brown, rough leather clothing and what appears to be a grey and white sash hanging over his shoulder. He pops up out of the snow and rises up and kind of like brushes himself off like he was laying in the snow itself.
I'm going to pull the goats to a stop and be like, Iranin, what sash is that?
Pull the goats over.
Okay, he scurries up to the front of the cart and looks, and he says, I can't tell from here. He says, is that a sash, or is it just a piece of wee rag?
I don't know.
Isn't that what a sash is?
Right, he looks back at you and he says, he goes, oh, and shite, you numpty. A sash is a badge of honour. It represents your clan. It's way more than a pointless piece of rag. You may as well be wearing rags yourself talking to me like that.
Aaron, Marlo, guys.
This is weird.
He literally...
You've been hanging around with our hearth and kid, and you're going to make insults about our clan sash and badge.
Aaron, we just...
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I just meant, isn't a sash just a piece of fabric? Like, that's what it's made of, like, physically.
Hey, it's made of fabric, right? But it's way more than a piece of rag.
Aaron, you said yourself you're not a nupty, right? You're getting angry.
Hey, well, I might be with insults like that.
This is what we warned you not to do.
Oh, so I'm just to stand here and take flying insults about my family and clan and kin?
Iranin, we apologize for any
well
misunderstanding. We do not believe your sash is a piece of cloth. We believe it is an honor, and you wear it with pride. Let's leave it at that.
What the hell?
There's 3 people now. 4 or 5. Okay.
I'm casting magic
there.
vestment on myself the second
Yeah.
Kia
I
says
also
that.
cast whatever my spell is.
Mage armor.
Well, yeah,
Mage armor.
as Aaron and Marlo have been yelling backwards and forwards, and you've been trying to play peacekeeper, you've noticed that from behind the rocks,
shit.
behind the trees, out of the snow, more and more of these scruffy individuals have emerged.
Yeah. All right. Casting mage armor.
All right,
I'm
this
gonna
one.
fall into stance, even though I'm super confused over why he got angry at the fact that a sash is a piece of cloth. I wasn't saying that symbolically it didn't mean more. Holy
Hello
crap.
there.
Okay, well,
Travelers.
one of them has clambered up onto the largest rock to the left,
Okay.
and he stands there. He's got like a small buckler shield that's probably about 1.5 feet in diameter, on his left arm, and he's holding a fairly tarnished looking basket-hilted broadsword in front of him. And he seems to be just looking at you all with a strange squint and half a smirk on his face.
Beautiful morning, isn't it?
He says, "Morning, is it? Is that what it is? Morning?"
I don't know. What is it? Afternoon?
That's a strange vessel you have right there. It didn't come from around here, do you?
No, we're here traveling to the Highlanders. Do you guys happen to be some Highlanders?
You're just traveling to the Highlands. And for what purpose would you be doing that?
For trade.
Trade? Oh, you've come to gift us such a fine vessel. Is that what it is? And might indeed, we are most grateful that you would be willing to part so frivolously and peacefully with such a prize.
No,
you happen
thank
to be
you.
having some trinkets or other things that you're happy to trade with us.
Oh,
I don't really like the attitude coming from you, fine sir. If you don't mind, we're going to be on our way towards the Highlanders.
I'm gonna crack my knuckles and stand up as high as I
really
can
don't
on the
wanna
side,
get in
getting
our
ready
way.
to tackle this
Okay.
bitch behind us.
So as you say that, he's like one of the others on the right-hand side. He says, "Oh, they don't like us being in their way. They don't like the tone of your voice. They're not very happy to make your acquaintance, Tom." He says, "Oh, Hinder, apparently not. Maybe we should make their acquaintance a little bit more traditional-like."
Hey, Radovan, permission to be a numpty or whatever the hell he was calling himself earlier?
Permission to be a numpty.
Going to pop my head out because this is an enclosed skiff, right? Like it has a roof
If you're
and
not
walls.
sitting at the front, it is, yeah.
And I'm just going to poke my head out and see, like, actually, we are here with a warning and a hope to possibly hire you.
Do we know they're Highlanders?
I can assume they are.
I don't want to hire somebody that's going to talk to us like that.
You see, the Valkyrie have been making their way south of their home and have been causing quite a lot of destruction in their wake, and we need to deal with them. We have come here to meet with you to possibly hire you for a lot of gold, of which we do not have on us at the moment, to fight and deal with the threat, and possibly loot and plunder their dead corpses when you finish killing them all.
All right. With that, a really scruffy-looking woman comes, like, skipping through the snow. She, like, grabs 2 hands of snow and throws it up in the air. She's like, "Yeah! You hear that, Tom? They didn't have none of their wealth with them. Oh, what a convenience!" And he says, "Aye, mother. What a convenience indeed. You come all this way to make nice with the Highland folk and offer promise of wealth, but you have none of it to show. Indeed, that would sound rather a shallow bargain. Wouldn't you say, Hinder? I would, Tom."
I'm going to take out a gold pouch with 200 gold pieces or 20 platinum, and I'm going to toss it at him and be like, "This is only a fraction of what you can earn if you don't cease and desist this aggression."
All right, amazingly, he kind of like, as the money purse goes through, with his hand still in the basket of his sword, he kind of like reaches up and snatches it out of thin air and pulls it to him. And quickly you see him like fumble open the pouch and look at it, and he goes, "Oh, it's shiny as this, Ross." He says, "I'm sure it is." He goes, "You see this, Hinder? Oh, they come all this way with no wealth and no gold yet. This man here at the front can just pluck such coinage from his from his belt, and this is to be considered nothing. Imagine what wealth they truly have. He says, we are but humble folk. Mm-hmm. We are but we tinkerers and, well, simple farmers and traders. And we mean no harm or disrespect to those of such wealth. But if you'd like to be stepping down off the skiff right now and presenting us with all your belongings, that would be just grand.
You mention how we are being less than honest with you about what we have or don't have, and yet for simple farmers you seem to have a whole lot of swords and not a lot of sickles or hoes or shovels or things that I would expect for simple farmers to have.
Rudimentary. Why are we still talking?
Right. As you're talking, a couple of them have gone over there. It's like you see that they've grabbed hold of one of the horns of the goats and they're just like stroking the fur of the goats.
Question: how's the wind condition?
It's pretty rough. You can hear it.
I can hear it. I don't hear it.
So I'm gonna maneuver while I'm speaking over to Aaron's side and move him away.
Okay.
Oh, we try to bargain with these people, but the dwarf, the Oathbreaker, no.
He says,
"Hello, get ready."
I've been ready. I wanted to change this guy back here.
There is no bargain here. This is a simple statement of demands.
So
you have to get down right now.
At that, I'm gonna leap out into the middle of this group and just wield my mace and my shield in hand, and I'm gonna activate my fear aura.
Ooh,
and I'm just
okay.
Ooh.
Go ahead and spam that so we can see what that does. And I think it's possibly a good idea to choose a slightly different background sound. Let's go with this one. Alrighty. And the saving throw is a DC 17 willpower, 20-foot radius. So let me measure out 20 feet from where you are. So pretty much it's this group right here at the front. Alright, we're going to make some saving throws. So the guy immediately to your left. Let me go ahead and pop my dice roller up, make life a little easier. Alright, and these would be wisdom saves, because it's fear, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Okay, first one directly below you. That's a pass. The one on the rock.
God damn it.
That's a pass.
No!
The first one holding the goat. Barely a fail. And the one holding the other goat. That's a fail. And then the woman. Let's roll for her last. Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so
Good job, Redvan. You intimidated a woman.
Now, mind you, this fear aura, I'm like emanating holy power, right? So there's like shit wafting out of me. That's
Shit wafting out of you.
Hey, that's what he does.
I would find
He's a
that
shit
intimidating.
wafter.
I'm just saying.
just a guy leaping out at you going, ah! Yeah, alright.
Alrighty. Okay, hold on then. Alright, so basically that counts the same as a fear spell. So it's like an invisible cone of terror causes each living creature in the area to become panicked unless it fails a saving throw, which it did not. So what's going to happen basically is those that failed, so the woman suddenly like seeing something in Radovan's face that she really wasn't happy with, she stops and she says, "Oh, Tom, we've encountered the devil!" And she turns and begins to flee as fast as she can away. the two that were poised to like slit the throats of the goats. Like, as Radovan jumped off the carts, you see them immediately raise their swords as if they're going to hack into the necks of the goats. They stop mid-swipe, and their knees quake just for a moment with terror, and then immediately they turn and begin to flee in the opposite direction, yelling as they do so like they've seen some bizarre, hideous creature from the abyss.
They have.
They found Radovan.
Alrighty. Okay. So you've done that. So basically you kind of like, I'm going to count that as a surprise action. So at this point, everybody give me initiatives then. And Radovan, your action has already happened for this round, obviously.
Almost.
Okay.
Marlo with a 10.
Oh, Marlo. What?
Rado actually with a 14. What does that mean? Clearly you're destined to die. Kia!
Oh my god, Kia. You weren't. She obviously wasn't expecting Radovan to do that.
Nah.
Right.
Surprise
She's in
her.
awe.
We'll go ahead and roll for Irnan, who is going to be 22. Look at that. All right, and then we'll roll collectively for these roguish fellows that are actually on a 6. That works well for you. Okay. With that then, so Radovan has already acted. Seeing that, Irnan is going to leap down with his sword poised and raised. No one's told him otherwise, so he is leaping off of the side of the skiff with his weapon raised. Ah! And he's going to attempt to hack down into this fellow. Alrighty. And Irnan, what happened to my dice? There we are. Alright, his first attack is a 19, which will hit. And his second attack is... Alright, so Irnan will hit the Highlander twice. The 2d8 plus 12. Alright, so Irnan kicks things off as he leaps down, slashing. Digidale, thanks for the post. The full weight of his flying charge, he slashes into the Highlander's side, who barely brings up his basket-hilted broadsword to sort of half parry it, but it ends up putting a huge gash in his right arm, and then to finish it off, Irnan continues to press his attack as he hits the ground, pushing the Highlander back about 2 feet, as he opens up a large gash in his thigh. Alright, it would be Radovan next, but he already got his attack on the surprise action. So, Marlo.
Alright, I'm gonna hop down off the back of this, so my 5 foot or whatever.
Okay.
And
So you
then
basically
I'm gonna,
just like drop down.
yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna flurry.
Flurry of blows.
Look,
19.
crits everywhere, man.
But that is definitely a crit, and the let's see, first, second, and third attack all hit. So that's 10, 20, 22, 32, 36, 44. Alright, dropping off the back of the cart, you just unload on this guy, fists and feet flying everywhere. His face is just, before he even really has chance to raise his sword, the speed of the swiftness of the monk's attacks is just like smack, smack, kick, punch. And he's kind of immediately kind of like pressed and pushed back under the sheer aggression of the multitude of attacks that he faces. Towards the end, after receiving 3 solid blows, he suddenly starts to manage to kind of like dodge to the left a little bit and use his sword to like knock a fist to the side. But he is definitely under serious pressure. Okay. With that, these Highlanders are going to continue to run, so I'm going to move those off the map for now. All right. These are going to press forward. And he's going to use a dash, so they're going to get 20 feet in the snow. So 20. Okay, so with a dash action, this one is going to manage to get up here next to Radovan, but cannot act. So I'm going to get to about here. Okay. And let's see, what do we got? He'll go to here. He is clambering up the side of the cart. Alright, so Kia, you're aware of one of them is kind of like clambering up the side where you are. He moves over and climbs up, so he won't get to attack this turn. The other two rush forward. Marlowe, you will get the first of the two attacks. Alright, get up here. Okay, the first one swings at you with his sword. That's a hit. The second one swipes at you as well. That is barely a miss. Alrighty, and... okay, a small gash in your left forearm for 7 points of damage. Right, Radovan, the one that is immediately to your right. 18.
Miss.
Alright. Okay, the one on the top. He leaps down. Okay, he's actually using an ability. First attack.
That's a hit.
Second attack.
Miss.
All right. Okay, first hit. Okay, so as he leaps down, wait first, he's like holding the weapon in both hands. Like, the buckler is still on his left arm, but he's holding his sword with both hands. He like, leaps down from the height of the boulder, slams down with the first blow, and then as he kind of hits the ground, with all of his might, he like swings the sword as heftily as he can. So you feel it. You bring his shield down, but you hear the sheer force of the blow as it clangs hard against the side of your shield. Okay, so the first one was a hit for 16 points of damage.
Wait, both of those were what hit me?
No, only one hit you. The other one you parried.
Yeah, but 1d8 plus 11, and then 1d8 plus 8. That signifies 2 hits.
Hang on, where? Why did I roll it twice? What was that one for?
Which one do I take?
No, it was the first one you take. I don't know why I rolled that second one.
You just want to deal more damage to me, I know.
Oh no, the first. Okay. Yeah, sorry, no, it was only the first hit that landed. So that would be 1d8 plus 11. So yes, 12 points of damage. Ignore the second one.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, he hits you for 12. All right. And then the other one is attacking Irnan, and he hits for. For a mere 6. 'Tis but a scratch. Okay, so Kia, your one is clambering up the side, but he can't attack you this turn. Alright, from the side, you can see there are more and more of these guys are fleeing out from behind the rocks to the northwest of you. So there's like more like emerging as the battle rages here around the skiff. Okay, Kia, you get to act next. What do you want to do?
Sure. Well, seeing one come up like right next to me, I'm gonna turn in surprise and then cast a gigantic violent thrust of telekinesis on him.
Okay.
To get him the hell away from me.
We know that works well, especially when there's rocks over there.
So that's...
Yeah, right. That can kill a cleric.
So I have to do an attack roll, pretty much. So.
Okay, yep, that's definitely a solid hit with the force. So, let's see.
Oh, that wasn't my roll. That was like the dumb saving throw.
Yeah, you need to make an attack roll.
Yeah. Here it is. Oh, damn.
15. Well, but it's a touch. Is it a touch attack? Your spell doesn't have all the information in it. It's like only got half the stuff.
No,
right?
it has. I have it here, but it's I do a.
Okay, there you go.
Attack roll. Yeah.
Okay.
You do a will save of some kind.
Yep, and a will save it is. One second, back up here. All right. Will save. That's pretty much a fail. Okay, so yes, he goes flying through the air.
Sweet.
10 feet each.
Should aim him at a tree.
Okay. So yeah, he goes flying back through the air and goes in a big pile of snow on the ground.
Okay. Can I roll damage? It says per pound. I don't know how much.
Let's see, and I think that's if you hurl objects at people, right? Is it?
Okay. I don't know, but for my move, I'd like to try to get a grip on these reins to run away from everybody, pretty much. To try to move the goats.
It says 1d6.
Let's see. I'm trying to look here and see.
Oh, it says against a solid surface. Never mind.
Yeah, but he's going to hit snow, so it's not going to actually really hurt. Okay, so you blast him. That's your action.
Yeah.
And then you're going to like fumble and grab the reins back up. That would be technically your other action.
Yeah, grab the reins.
Okay, all right. Okie dokie. Irnan is next. So, wish this thing would actually store more dice rolls than what I need. It stores the last 10, but that's really not enough sometimes. Okay, Irnan's first attack and his second attack. Hits twice. Shit, got so many different macros going here on. Let's see. And where is it? Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And Irnan lays into his one for another 21 points of damage. Okay. I better put some marks on these guys so I can keep tally. Alright, and let's see. And this one, Marlowe beat the bejesus out of. Okay. Alright. Radovan.
I am going to use my strength domain to jack myself up, and I'm going to swing my mace at this head guy who was on the rock, who did that special attack on me.
Okay.
Trying to hit him in the shoulders, head, and neck, with my attacks.
Okay.
Well, whatever I can land, really, but,
$20!
Damn it.
I knew it! Wow.
Natural 20!
Radovan with the first 20. There you
Oh
go.
boy.
Oh my
Did
gosh.
it.
All right. I owe you a thingy, don't I?
Oh crap.
That was
Crits.
66 points of damage.
Wow.
All right.
Strength domain, man. Boss my mod up like crazy.
Okay, yeah. So Radovan just opens up a can of proverbial whoop-ass on this guy, like pressing him back to where he is barely. He's like leaning up against the.
Wow.
He's like leaning up against the rock itself, like trying at best to fend off the pressure of the wailing flail, but to little avail whatsoever. As Radovan literally is just belting him, his shoulder. You see his left shield arm kind of drops down almost limp with a huge, big, solid thump as his shoulder just gets kind of like, looks like it almost got dislocated with the sheer force of one of the blows. Another one cuts upside the chin, splitting open his cheek from here all the way down to the tip of his chin. Okay, so yeah, he is in serious trouble. Marlo.
Now we're gonna start rolling 20s, team. That's how it works.
Right. And if you bet on Radovan, there's your there's those that did so and those that won. Jimmy girl, just saying, she bet on Radovan and she won gold, so sucks to be you, Jane.
Also, in pure Watchmen fashion, Radovan saying, "You're not raiding us, we're raiding you."
Oh god.
All right.
See the crit.
What did I fucking say?
Right, and there it is.
Oh
so
my
now
god.
Radovan's
20?
already stole the
Natural
thunder.
20!
Marlo's gonna pop in one of her own there. So a 20 on the Marlo counter as well. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. The first 4 hits. Okay. Yeah.
Damn.
This guy gets hit with so many fists, and like finally, like a jump spinning back kick lands straight in the throat as he falls to the ground, choking and spluttering on his own blood as he leaves a definitive mess in the pristine white snow.
Guess what?
Here, just because.
No, go ahead, guess.
All right.
Please.
What was that for?
Yay.
Oh, the cleave.
Hang on.
Oh, he fumbled.
There you go.
That always happens with you, Spook. You like crit and then fumble like right after each other.
And is it a fumble? It
Yes.
is a fumble, isn't it? Okay. On the fumble, 20 was rolled. Lucky you suffer no ill effects from your fumble this time. So it doesn't really count as a fumble at all. You just swing at the guy as he's like, as the fist buzzes past his chin. All right, it is their turn.
Just so you know, my fear order is still in effect.
I know, so I've got to roll for these. Actually, before I move them into... Let me roll for them. And make life easier. Alright, the first one that's approaching the cart is a pass, so he's going to get to do what he is doing. Okay.
He's back.
Let's see. This guy, let's roll for him. Ooh, yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
He ain't a scur to you.
Damn it.
Next one. He is, so he'll get to here, turn around and say, fuck that, and run this way.
I can imagine him like Homer Simpson going back into the bushes, just like, nope.
Alright, yep, he is doing the same. He gets this far and he'll turn around and run, but this one is going to continue forward. Alright, okay. So, those of them that are in melee combat range. So, the first one then, Okay, Marlowe, so he swings at you for 22. That's a miss. Right, the one that's... oh, what did I just... Ignore that. That was the wrong... Okay, Beecham. Beecham, friggin' hell. Iernan, sorry. Okay, Iernan is hit. For 11. 17 total he's taken. Alright, Radovan, you have 3 of them, but one of them only got into range this turn, so it's actually only... So the non-leader one swings at you for a miss?
Miss.
Okay, and then the leader...
Oh.
Yikes.
Let's roll that again, shall we, and see if that is a crit. What's your AC?
22.
So it's not a crit, it's just a hit.
The chain shirt, baby. The chain shirt.
And that's... So he just hits you once.
That's alright.
1d8 plus 11. For a mere 13.
Still hurts, man.
Nah, tis but a scratch. Alrighty. Okay, so that's theirs. Kia, so what do you want to do?
Hey,
Kill us all.
kill you all. I'm gonna. Do I feel that there are the guys back? Like, is he trying to clamber on?
Give me a listen check.
Okay,
Because you couldn't see him from where you are.
right.
So give me a listen check to see if you hear or feel someone suddenly begin... If you feel the vibrations through the woods. No, you do not. Okay, so you are
Okay,
unaware
so-
that this guy has actually climbed onto the runner
Okay.
of the cart and is in
Well, that
process of climbing up.
sucks. But I cast all of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
You.
So you're not going to
Potatoes.
spur the cart on like your original intention?
Oh no, I will be doing that for my move action, but I am casting.
Well, that
all
would
of a sudden
actually...
Earth. Huh?
If you're gonna, like, it's actually, because you're not moving, you're, like, controlling the cart, right? So that's not a move action. That's a standard action. Because it's not you, like, running or whatever. You're actually, like...
Did you mute
Or I couldn't.
yourself?
Sorry, I did
Nope.
myself, so
I
I couldn't
didn't.
cast a spell if I did that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
because
it's
my
kind of
plan was
one or
to
the
cast
other.
a spell and then run or get the cart to move a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's your choice.
Oh man. Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Yeah, I'm gonna help out.
Yeah, I mean, Radovan and Iernan have got a bunch of them, like, wailing on them. But, I mean, it looks like they're holding their own.
It does. But
Could
there's still so
possibly
many
run that
people.
one dude over.
Radovan's on 2 health. Just so you know, Jake.
Holy
Don't
shit!
tell
really?
me that.
I
I'm doing what I
suspect that
said
to
I
be
was
a
gonna
lie
do.
of sorts, just saying. But
So from here, all of a sudden, out of the ground, an earth elemental arises
all right.
and bull rushes this guy into the rock.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's awesome.
Okay.
There's a giant rock. I was like, I love it. Ouch.
And a Kia elemental is about that big. Okay. Maybe that's a little bit big. There we go. All right. So yeah, he comes out and slams this guy. All right.
Yes. Okay.
Go ahead. Give me a bull rush or a whatever attack he's doing.
I guess that's a grapple, I think. So that's 29.
Okay. Right, yeah, so you see the like the snow parts, like a big mound of snow, as the rock forms out of the ground, and then it's like 3 huge stomps. Its massive right arm sweeps down low, grabbing the guy like under the chin, lifting him off the ground, and then smashes him against the rock. Go ahead and give me a normal damage roll for it.
Wow. A normal damage roll for like full attack?
Yeah, well, a single attack.
Single attack, okay. I guess that's okay. That's
Poor
still
guy.
And you can add
I know,
6 to
right?
it for the impact damage on the rock, too.
Yes. Adding 6. Oh, whoops.
There's a slash art in front of that girl.
Yay!
30. Okay, yeah. So he's like, just you see him slam into the rock. He's about 3 foot off the ground as it is, with this massive hand that's kind of encompassed around his neck and shoulders. I am going to
Does
make
it knock
a
that
dice roll
guy
for him.
off?
Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, okay, look at that. He got as lucky as Marlowe. Somehow he managed to hang on to his weapons and his shield, even though he's just being shaken like a rag doll. Alright, but that is serious damage for him. Alright, Elemental.
Damn.
Okay, we are back down to Irnan.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll his initiative also.
Thank you. Irnan does not hit his guy. Swings twice and misses. Radovan, it is your turn. Okay.
So my strength
Actually,
goes
no.
away.
The elemental
Oh.
will go next.
Wow! Full attack! Full on attack!
Just like boom, boom. Just like
It's like holding him and just going. It's like Hulk holding on to Loki.
I love it. Okay. There's
Yeah, he can't. If he doesn't roll a 1, he can't miss. So.
Ooh,
Holy
there's my
crap,
20!
And it's a crit. So the first
Nice.
attack is a crit.
Wow, and here's the second attack then.
And that's a hit. Okay,
Okay.
so give me the damage. So you got a crit on the first one, which means you're going to be doubling the dice rolls.
Wow.
So what's the full attack damage?
What's... So...
So you're going to roll whatever the amount of dice that you would roll twice as many. But
For the crit?
Yeah, because it's a crit. So you're going to, whatever normal dice you would roll, double
Yeah.
the dice, but then whatever the plus is, that's still the same.
Okay. Here it is.
36?
Whoa.
Okay, so the first hit is 36, and then the second hit.
We'll just do normal for the second hit.
Yeah, which is 2d10 plus 9. Elemental's badass.
Oh my god. I'm
Alright,
really
how does your describe to us how your elemental
Yes.
totally butchers this guy?
Shoves
Well,
his
Because he's beyond dead at this point, so you tell me.
it picks up this guy, slams him on top of the rock, and then like kind of crushes him like he's grating cheese.
So he like slams him down and then like just grabs his hand and like.
So,
Yeah.
so on top of the rock, basically
Pushing up
blood
the
is
baby
just
bumblebee.
spurting down, showering the rest of us, right? From
Yeah,
above.
pretty much.
Sounds about right. Jesus
All right.
fucking-
So yeah, there's blood everywhere at this point. Okay.
What's mozzarella?
Okay, Radovan, if you can top that, you go right ahead.
Well, I can't
if you
really.
can out combat the Earth Elemental.
No, I am gonna hit the guy in front of me once, and the guy beside me. I'm gonna try to hit him twice.
Okay.
So I'm dividing up my.
So the guy in front of you, and then you hitting the guy to the left or your right?
the right, because he's
Okay.
the one who's yeah.
Okay, go for it. So the first one will hit the guy, and then the second one will hit the other guy, or third one. So,
Third one, so
so
7.
the first guy you hit for 7, and then the other guy you hit for. It's kind of not quite the same thing, really, is it? It wasn't as impressive.
I blew my load already. I'm sorry.
Don't say that.
I used my strength. I dealt 66 damage in a turn.
Radovan's a one-hit wonder. You guys know that. It's like, okay, I'm done. Y'all can just let me go home now. All right, Marlowe.
Shit, so he's still alive, isn't he? The red
Yes,
guy.
he is. Barely, but he is still alive.
Holy!
All them dice go everywhere. So that's 10, 19, 26, 32 points of damage for this new guy.
Sweet.
All right.
Jesus.
I always forget about that top attack.
I know, right? It's there. Yeah, she hit with all four. She hit with the first four. It was just the last one that missed. All right, their turn. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. Right, he's up here now. Okay. We're not gonna. I think that there's. Based on what's going on, those only half of them are even really aware of what's going on. So no, they're still going to try and push it.
I'm gonna get my throat sliced. Here we go.
Okay. All right. So Marlowe, the one that's attacking you, swipes at you with his basket-hilted sword and misses. Kia, from behind, 17.
Yay! It misses.
Can't count your dex.
Oh.
So is that a hit or no?
Let me see what my dex is. My dex is 3, so my AC is 17.
Then it is just a hit. Alright, 12 points of damage as you're suddenly shocked and surprised as you suddenly feel like a sharp pain in your right shoulder as you see one of these scruffy guys is perched up behind you. He's just lunged down. Out of your peripheral, you see it coming just in time to kind of flinch away. So instead of impaling you, you have a huge gash in your right shoulder instead.
Excuse me.
So would I hear her
I'm
cry
sorry.
out?
Was I not supposed to stab you? All right. Let's see. Radovan, you have the boss dude.
That's a...
Oh, what am I? I'm rolling.
What are you rolling?
It's when you use this thing, it moves the damn things up. Sorry. So the first one's a miss. Ignore that other dice roll. The second one is a...
That's a hit.
All right. And he hits you for 15 points of damage. Okay, the other one to your left swipes at you and...
Miss?
Or
No, it's miss. 22.
And then the one to your right is a hit.
That's a hit.
For 12.
I miss my plate mail.
These are gone by now. How long does your fear aura last, by the way?
16 rounds.
Yeah,
So.
I think that's still very much in effect. Okay, so Kia. So yeah, you've got one breathing down your neck. You would need a concentration skill of 22 to cast a spell if you wish.
I'm gonna try the concentration check.
Okay.
I guess I'll tell you what.
You have to tell me what spell you're casting first. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to turn around and blast blue balls in his face.
All right. So your magic missile.
No, you can't. An empowered one as well.
Empowered magic missile. Okay, so you need 22 or higher on the concentration skill check.
Oh, she got that in the bag.
She
I
should
bet.
have.
I should. Don't jinx me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 30. There you go. Easy. All right,
Okay.
let him have it.
Okay. Let me get to my spells. All right. We're gonna add stuff to this, so
Okay.
I'll just.
Did you just
All right. So empowered basically adds 50% to the dice. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26. Is that right? Yeah, 26 points of damage. And I'm going to make a balance check for him, which he does succeed. So you hit him. The blast kind of like hits him in the like the majority of them are like blast across his chest. His upper torso spins round to the right. He almost slips and falls off the top of the skiff, but manages to maintain his foothold.
Damn it, sucker.
All right, Irnan is going to press his attack on the one that he's fighting. And we'll hit once, doing 9 damage to his foe. Okay. And he is up to red. Okay, elemental.
Alright, who's around me? Can I, like, reach over this rock and try to pick this guy up?
He's big enough to
He's big enough?
easily reach over the rock.
Alright,
So he
yeah.
can either make 2 attacks on... he can either make 2 attacks, or he can do a reach over and grab the guy with the grapple, if that's what you want.
I'll have him do just straight 2 attacks on that
Okay.
guy. Just, like, pound him from
On the leader dude?
From the top, yeah.
Okay. Got a feeling you're going to be not required after this moment, Radovan, but a 30 and a 23. Okay, yeah. So 2 huge stone fists just come flailing down like ground and pound over top of the massive boulder and impale this guy on the head and shoulder. In front of where you stand, he is crushed down to the ground in little more than a bloody pulp. Like his head is busted open, his shoulder is split. Yeah, he is decimated. Alright, with that, we're going to make a morale check.
I mean, Jesus. Radovan's covered in blood. I feel like it's like one of those ridiculous
Alright, they have got
scenes.
to get 15 or higher to stay in the fight.
Wow.
15!
Wow.
Okay, amazingly. Whatever these people are, even after seeing their leader get decimated, they just look at you and scream at the top of their lungs. One of them facing Radovan says, "Oh, and chew me banger, you bastard!"
Right back at you, buddy.
What?
And it is your turn, Radovan.
I'm gonna hit the one who said that to me 3 times.
Okay. That would be this guy.
With nothing special, I'm afraid, because I'm surrounded. Go for like...
chew me banger, go away and suck my... Okay, but that's still a solid 29 damage.
Them like once in the side, maybe digging deep, you know, and then twice in the face. A little gentleman duel.
Okay. All right, Marlo.
Alright, I'm slightly distracted because of
He's
Kia
dead.
over
He needs
here.
to die. He'd be dead. Oh,
There's another 20.
Oh, come on!
that right there.
Natural 20.
But it wasn't a crit though.
No, but the last one was.
With the second one.
So that's
Jesus.
still yeah. He is done. That's another death.
And with my movement, which I can't really get to my character right because of the size. Hold on. I'm gonna move 5 feet, which is about right here towards what's going on in the.
Well, you got to climb up. You're gonna have to climb up onto the roof. So that.
I
that
assume.
would,
And we're on the roof.
yeah, remember it's a wagon. It's not a cart. It's a wagon. It's actually like you got to climb up onto the roof.
Oh, I thought it was canvas.
No, Radovan
it's
fixed
the
it.
wood panel. It's, yeah.
Yeah, Radovan mended it.
They're on the roof. They're not inside it.
Well, Kia is on Kia's on the front panel, and the one that attacked her climbed up
Oh,
on the
okay,
side and
so,
onto the roof to go along and drop down and attack her.
So climbing's an action, so I can turn
Yes.
around and that's it. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Okay. It's their turn. Right, Kia, your one is going to swipe at you. And he will hit for 11. Right, Radovan, you've got 2,
Yeah.
a 23, and
Yeah.
a 24.
Oh, both of those are hits. Ouch.
All right, and you get hit for 7 and a mere 8.
So 15 total.
Yeah. All right, the last one is swinging at Irnan, And he will miss. Alright, Kia, it is your turn.
Yeah. After getting hit a
21.
second time,
Yeah, it's 21 on the concentration
Yeah.
check if you wish to roll.
I'm a little angry, so I
Overkill.
hold
Overkill
up a
coming.
finger and I cast. I attempt to cast chain lightning right on him. So I will go ahead and roll a concentration.
What the fuck? That is overkill.
Yeah, you definitely succeed. Your concentration is solid.
That 20. All right. Yeah, thank you. From my fingertip.
Lightning from the tips of thy fingers.
Click on my token every time. There it is. 60
For
damage.
60, attempts to reflex save.
Fail.
And
Damn it!
does so.
Ooh.
Wow. Damn.
Leaping aside, okay, because I like realism.
So close to him.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna leap aside. I'm gonna make a. This is a reflex, so it's not like a calculated thing. So I'm gonna roll a d6.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3, he's gonna leap to be flat down on the cart. 4, 5, or 6, he's bailing off the side of the cart to get out of the way. Which he is. Okay.
Hey.
So basically, as you fire it, you see him like throw himself off the side. His legs, however, and lower torso still get struck with the glancing blast of the lightning for 30 points of damage. He hits the ground and the snow with a loud as a small cloud of snow goes everywhere. He's moving, but he looks seriously injured and hurt as he rolls over onto his back, going,
Yay.
all right. Ernan pressing his attack on his opponent. Get this up here. All right. First attack is a solid hit. And his second attack is... Jesus, right here. A miss. Alright. Okay, Irnan delivers another blow of 10. Finally, as he pushes the guy forward, the guy stumbles. As he stumbles backwards, Irnan seizes his opportunity and slides the sword into his belly. The guy kind of clutches as he falls down into a seated position. Both of his hands clasp his stomach as he looks down and sees the blood. And after a couple of seconds of remaining consciousness, he passes away. He is dead. Okay. We have an elemental. What does it wish to do?
Fucking scary ass elemental right here.
He is going to just grab this guy with his hands, just
Okay, give me a
and
grapple
then
check.
just try to throw him on the ground. Grapple check. Coming your way. Plus 29.
This guy's got no chance.
Yeah,
yep.
and I just slam him.
So the elemental reaches over and just plucks him up, lifts him into the
I'm gonna
air,
juice-
elevates
I'm gonna
him
juice
up
this
into
guy.
the air in front of him.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be more fun. So slamming him, just go.
All right, so he's going to try to crush him. Okay. Does he have a crush attack or anything like that specifically?
No, I'm just trying to.
Hey, no, it's cool. I'm
Just
asking
a normal
if he has
attack,
a special
I think.
attack.
No.
All right. Then basically it'll be an auto hit, so just roll damage.
Oh shit. Okay. To get to this night.
He has 20 hit points left.
Ooh, I don't think.
You can do 20.
James says,
know.
I'm gonna juice it.
Exactly
There it
20.
is!
Okay. Yep. He screws his head from his shoulders,
Ah!
and then just discards the 2 remaining pieces of the corpse to the side. There is but 1 left alive fighting Radovan, and 1 barely alive in the snow on the other side. Okay, Rado.
Yeah. My uselessness is just going to attack.
I wouldn't say uselessness. You're still able to do some serious harm.
I know, but watching that elemental, like...
Is the follow thing stuck? It is, isn't it? Why is that doing
event
that?
if I can summon this guy? Is that
Oh my god, I fumbled.
But you hit him twice first.
Hey.
For 20. Let me fix the... For some reason, the alert is frozen.
I just imagine the fumble is because I'm so soaked in blood. The weapon just kind of slips and just hits in my eyes. So I hit twice and I'm like...
Alright, let's see how bad... Let's check your fumble for you.
Yeah.
You must recover your position and lose your next attack this round and move down one place in the initiative order next round. As it happens, that was the last attack, so it doesn't matter, but you will go after Marlowe in the initiative next turn. Okay, Marlowe, it is you. What do you want to do?
I guess try to run around to this other guy. Can I see him from where I am? I don't...
I'll do the same as I did with Kia. Give me a listen check. In the heat of battle and the clash of lightning, are you able to discern the fact that he threw himself off, and did you hear a in the snow to the right? Yes, you did. So you can assume that he leapt off the cart. So yeah, even though you can't see him, it's a fair assumption that he's not on the top anymore. So you can get round to him.
Whee.
And make a single attack if you wish. There you go. Yeah, Bruce Lee stomp attack. Jump up in the air. Bring both feet down and then just twist your heels down into his body. Or just don't hit back. And 14 is enough to send him to the afterlife, which you're familiar with because you've been there. Okay, yeah, he is dead. All right. The last remaining Highlander, unless he's going to need a 20. And that means he has to roll a 20. Nope. Okay, seeing all the carnage around him as a stain of darkness appears in and around his crotch area, he drops his buckler and turns to flee. Radovan, you may make an attack of opportunity, sir, if you wish.
I don't want to kill him, but I do want to trip him or grapple him. So
okay.
Could I...
you can do either one of those. You can do a trip or a grapple.
I'm going to try a grapple. I'm going to try to jump on his back and, like, slam him to the ground.
Alright.
Because I actually don't want to kill this one.
I don't think it's going to be... Oh my god. I forgot you're awesome at grapple anyway. So, with him just turning to flee... Yeah, okay, yeah. So you just... As he starts to run, you just throw your huge arms over top of him. Which, grab him with your big, strong arms and wrestle him to the ground. And you lay on top of him, and he's all, ooh, this is great. Okay, yeah, so you have this guy pinned down. Okay.
I'm going to say, help me tie him up, son of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
you just
Like,
like watching
Look
it, like,
around. Iernan kind of like staggers back and leans against the side of the cart, breathing heavily as he looks around. His eyes focused on this massive monstrosity of a hulking great stone creature that is just standing there almost like peacefully after it's just rended and dismembered so many creatures.
just like, sup.
Just looking around like, that was
What's
fun.
up, man?
Okay. In the distance, you can see, like, the remainder, those that fled, clearly have no intentions of coming back, as you can kind of see them scattering out into the distance in the wilderness across the snow as fast as they possibly can. clearly in terror and fear of what just transpired.
Well, we're good diplomats.
Yeah,
Help.
Ernan says, well, that went well.
I'm gonna jump down and get rope out and start helping.
Okay.
Accidentally brushing against Radovan's bloody hand.
You sick woman. And then when no one's looking, she goes,
Why?
hey, if you want to be twisted...
I guess most elves are like flesh eaters in video games, right?
not so much in D&D.
Divinity. One of the things is a flesh sacrifice where they like eat the
Eat the dead.
the carcasses.
Okay, so what do you want to do with this guy? You truss him up and tie him up.
Get rid of all his weapons.
Okay.
Prop him up against the bloody rock.
All right.
Basically, point my mace at him and say, I imagine you have a village or some place where you all live.
He kind of looks up at you and he says, aye.
And was the man who, well, is no
This
more
is
than
the one that, the leader who was apparently called Tom, this is the guy that he was calling Hinder.
Hinder. Okay.
Yeah. Terrible band. No.
So your leader here, Tom, was it? Was he the leader of the whole Highlanders or just this little party?
He was just the one that put the hunting gathering together. No, he's not the boss of us. He's not the chief. Not even close.
Well, how far away is your little home?
About 2 hours to the north. By foot. Let me go. I'll put in a good word for you. So the whole clan doesn't come circling. When my kinsmen get back and tell them what happened, there'll be a war party. A huge war party come finding you.
Oh shit, there were people who left.
We can.
They're
beat
gonna
them on
gut
the
you.
stiff.
How many are there?
Begging for mercy.
How many in this war party?
If they muster the whole clan, there'll be 50, 60, maybe 70 Donacades coming for you.
Oh shit, is it the Donacades?
My cat.
Fuck me. That's the ones that nobody likes.
Well, that's the people we were going to see, right? I'm going to look at Irnan. That's who you were taking us to see, right? The Donacade
Yeah, he
Highlanders?
kind of like moves over and he says, well, I kind of figured whichever clan found us first. But aye, the Donacades would be close to here. I don't know exactly where they are, but with the amount of raids, it's fair to assume that they'd be one of the closest. He says, but as we've just slaughtered half their kin, don't quite see how you plan to negotiate your way out of this one, Mr. Rainier. Would have been far better not to resort to such bloodshed. Of course, these bastards deserved it.
Yeah, they didn't really give us much choice.
Yeah, to be fair, they were about to kill our goats and rob us blind. I'm going to look at the guy against the rock and I'm just going to say, the golden treasure you guys could have had you just listened to us.
He says, if you stay around here much longer, we'll have it anyway.
We don't have it.
We don't
on
have
us.
it.
That's the whole point. We were going to hire you guys to help us fight this war and then go and get the gold for you. All above board, too. But you had to resort to this kind of idiocy.
I'm comforting the poor goats. They almost got their throats slit.
He said, there'll be a blood feud for this one. What was it he called you? Mr. Rainier. I'll remember your name, that's for sure.
Okay, this guy's pissing me off. I'm gonna take a step toward him. Or I'm gonna run around over here because everybody's standing in my way.
Okay.
Marlo, Remember to not get angry, punch people.
If you let me go and head south now, you'll get at least a few hours head start before they come for you. You might get away for living a few more days if you do that.
Marlo,
Still catch up with these guys on the skiff and kill them.
Marlo, knock this guy out, please. We need to talk.
Just knock him out?
Yeah, don't kill him. Just
Okay, yeah.
Give him a little love tap.
If you just want to like KO the guy, then you can.
Yeah.
I mean, he's tied up. He's
Freaking
bound.
do it.
All right. So you.
I don't know, Rev. I don't think we should surprise him with a right hook.
As he falls asleep. All right, we are gonna. That's a good opportunity for us to take a second break, real quick. What do you guys want to do? So the last thing you did was you knocked this guy out unconscious. Your elemental can stick around for as long as he needs to be, and then he'll be poof.
so the second the guy gets knocked out, I'm gonna look at Marlo and Kia and Ernan and say,
That felt good.
"But was it good for our goal?"
No, it was terrible.
I mean, I have no doubt that what this guy said is true. What's his name?
Hinder.
Thank you.
Hindrance.
How did I remember that?
They will mass their little war band and come here seeking retribution, and we can't exactly just return to the lowlands because they might follow. We don't want that.
Yeah, Aaron's like, aye, there. You can guarantee, because anybody in this neck of the wilderness, all clans are the same. They all have a strong bond, and when you wrong one, such as we've just done here, the outcome is bound to be ugly, to say the least.
Well, we know we'd be doing one clan a favor. What was the clan that didn't like the Donakeeds?
Aaron's clan doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, we'd be doing your people a favor. You just want to go wipe all of them out now? We can do that.
Well, that's a good idea, Marlo, because
Really? I didn't expect him to agree with me.
at the very least, it is a potential threat that we don't have to concern ourselves with if we deal with him. But I don't think us just waiting here, lying in wait, is the solution either.
Oh, no, I meant like actually go and just wipe out all 70 or however many there are. They weren't that strong.
Oh, wait.
Well, Marlo,
Knocking out an entire clan? What?
Well, otherwise
Just as bad
they're
as
just...
Makiri.
No,
Aaron
because
looks at
these
you
are
and he
bad
says,
people.
You know, there wasn't about half a dozen that went off a running. And I don't know, kind of remember whether it was young Marlo or Kia that mentioned, but we could, with this skiff, try to cut him off and kill him.
I see where you're going with this.
As she said, we could cut him off and kill him first, so that the
Right.
warning flag doesn't get raised. And then possibly we can either let them find these corpses here days later and be none the wiser to how it happened, or perhaps we could just go venture in and try to create some kind of pact or diplomatic discussion and hope that they never put two and two together. Well, of course, we could just hide all these dead bastards and bury them somewhere and clean this mess
Honestly,
up.
don't think we should leave them here. What if they think that your clan did it?
well, I have a third option, which I don't know what you guys would think.
You want us to lie and say the Valkyrie killed them, don't you?
Not necessarily. No, actually, no, I don't.
Interesting idea. But,
No, I didn't mean to do that.
Radovan, let's hear it, Radovan.
Well, we let them raise the red flag. We take what corpses we can and we create a sort of a trail. And we lead that trail to the mountains, where we would have an advantage, much like those frost giants tried to on the cliffs. To funnel them into a place where we would have not a trap necessarily, although we could do that, but a place to be ready for them. We lead them to us, but away from the lowlanders. Although the Valkyrie idea is not a horrible idea either.
I don't want to start this pact with lying, though.
Me neither, which is why...
Well, I do not think if we're telling the truth, there's going to be any kind of pact. Oh, hi. We're from a few days south of you, and we met some of your kin and butchered the bastards. Would you like to hang out?
But to be fair...
I don't want to team up with these people anyway.
I don't honestly either
What the
now.
hell are we doing here in the first place?
I agree. Let's make a different plan.
The idea was to try to convince them that they could have gotten a lot of gold and maybe gotten out of the squalor that they seem to be dressed in.
Well, let's...
Yeah, but if they were any representation of what the rest of their clan was like, who's to say after we fought the Valkyrie they wouldn't have turned on us immediately when we were...
I agree wholeheartedly.
I say we jump on the skiff and start making our way towards them and continue this discussion.
But you do that, Kia. You're walking into a whole camp of people who...
We're not
No, we're not going to the camp. We want to
we're
cut
just
off the
gonna-
ones that are
running towards
running back.
So you don't think going into the mountains is a good idea? Leading this warband into the mountains.
I don't want to kill more.
But you do want to chase down the ones that are fleeing right now.
Yes.
And do what to them?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Probably they'll die.
So you don't want to kill the
I don't want to kill
whole warband
an
to kill
entire
them.
warband, but I'll kill these stragglers. I know my morality is kind of teetering here, but
Well, we have to make a decision. Do we let them go because we killed the ones that didn't allow us to leave? Or do we just let things...
the greater good, right?
Look, it seems right now the greater good would be not allowing these Highlanders a moment's peace, because it doesn't seem like... they seem more like they would get on the Valkyrie side than ours.
The greater good for who?
For the Lowlanders and ourselves back in Arconis. These men and women are threats. I have a sneaking suspicion that crazy woman has some magical ability. She wasn't dressed for war, but she was like gleeful and happy. I don't know, I don't trust it. Seen witches like that before.
I'm one of those.
Okay, so I personally don't want to kill the stragglers or kill the others because they ran away, they didn't force my hand.
Okay.
However, I understand what you speak of when it comes to this could be a problem later.
Can we take them as prisoners? Not show up with them, but imprison them somewhere else?
Well,
How's
if we...
being prisoners even any better?
Ain't dead.
Some would rather be dead.
I think if we find a way... Marlo, I agree with you. I don't necessarily want to chase these stragglers down and butcher them. And I would rather honestly not have to kill people, to be truthful. But I don't want these guys to be a liability out in the world with a blood feud on their mind, a hatred for vengeance, when we have another threat that we have to deal with. Which is why I would suggest we lead them to us in the mountains, where we could possibly have some diplomatic conversation where we are not lying, where they're not going to lie in wait and surround us, basically. We give ourselves time to possibly funnel them into a place, then try to talk to them, and if they still don't agree, we do what we have to do.
funneling them somewhere and then talking at them. That's what that's going to be.
Aye, and your plan is to get them to come there by leaving a trail of their dead kin. Do you really think that when they arrive, they're going to be in a talking mood?
Was that really part of your plan?
60 or 70 of them.
Okay,
Aye, we
fair
handled
enough. That's
ourselves
true.
fine right here against 7 or 8, but
fine. You might not see it, but all this blood is some of it's mine too. And you don't look your best either.
I caught a few out there, that's for sure.
Well, I did as well, which I plan to fix.
And I dare not say that this wasn't their best, either. If this was just a scouting or hunting party. If there's 60 or 70 of them, and but 4 or 5 of us.
The part about there being 60 or 70 of them is, if you decide to kill them, you have to commit. This doesn't mean just killing the men.
No, that's...
And I'm not killing a child.
I would never think to do that either.
I mean, as I said, they're thieves and vagabonds and have no honor. But blood's gonna get spilt one way or another. Either if they come back here and find this mess, whether they can find proof that it was us or not, as Kia said, they'll probably blame us anyway. And then as well as having to deal with the potential threat of Valkyrie, well, now we've riled up a bunch of Highlanders. And then, if they cannot deal with us, they'll go and find other clans. And then it won't be one clan of Highlanders. It'll be the Donacades will be gathering up with the Chattons and the Walkers and the McLennans, and they'll all be coming after us.
Can we all agree that we at least need to bury the dead? Or most of what's left of that one over there on the rock? I mean, I doubt it'll make a difference, but if they come back here and see that we've just left their dead everywhere, I think it might have a different impact than if we honored them by burial. I don't know. They're probably not going to give a shit either way.
Probably not. And once those that witnessed the entire affair get back and tell them what happened, they're going to know at least what to look for and who to find.
Yeah, but what they saw were strangers, not lowlanders. I mean, you didn't have your sash on. We clearly don't look the part.
Aye, but they'll be out for blood nonetheless. Still going to make travelling around here a wee bit more dangerous than it was before.
Which is why maybe not with the trail of bodies, which is a little morbid, I admit. Maybe we should lead them to us. In some form. Not, I mean, the skiff will leave deep tracks, and if we leave the stragglers to alert the camp, then the camp will know that we had a weird sled contraption, right? So, I just want to lead them away from the lowlanders as much as possible. Now, if we knew where the Valkyrie were, we could lead them to the Valkyrie and just have them go at each other.
Well,
but that would be a
all I know
harder
about
sell.
that is they're way to the north on the other side of the mountains. I mean, if you have the confidence to think that we can take on 50, 60 or 70 warriors that are better than this lot,
can't.
who am I to say that you canna? I a fair hand with a sword myself, but I bested that one, but I couldn't have bested 3. I sure as hell can't best 10. Or more.
I agree with what he's saying, Radovan. We really need to cut these guys off now. We need to hurry.
I'm going to cast Cure Moderate Mass on
Okay,
myself.
so everybody gets 25 points back. Okay, cool.
Yay! And thank you for that.
I'm still hurt. I'm not
We
done.
wanted them to run, and that's what they did. Will you still want to kill them?
I honestly don't. But I know what Irden says is true, and we are just asking for trouble regardless.
You didn't want to kill 5 or 6, but you're okay with killing 70. That makes no sense.
If they come after me, then I'm okay with killing them.
It doesn't make sense. I don't want to kill any of them. I want them to fucking help us, is what I want. But
Well,
after
we
seeing
should've,
this interaction, this was not going to go in our favor regardless. These guys were shiftier than those assholes in the cave that we took from Stone. These guys were going to slit the goat's throat, they were going to rob us blind and possibly do worse. When I wasn't going to let that happen.
Well,
The wind shifted, I knew that there was no chance but conflicts.
Radovan, I hear dice rolling. We should do something.
Kia, you want to go hunt the stragglers down, correct?
Yes. As
Marlo,
much as
you
I
don't.
want to kill. We need
Aaron,
to contain them.
Well, I'm alright containing them. Let's go, and we'll at least contain them. I'm gonna go back to the cart.
okay. What do you want to do with the one you got knocked out? Put him in the back of the...
Sure.
Alrighty.
We will attempt to make haste north to try to follow
Well, they won't be hard to track because
Yeah.
they're wading through snow. It's not actually snowing right now.
Okay.
So you will have plenty of track. So following them won't be hard. Logically, I mean, they did all scatter, but if they are all ultimately going back to the same place, at some point they're probably going to reconverge. So, you know.
I really hate this.
And you can travel way faster on this skiff than they will on foot. So if it was, like the guy said, that they were 2 hours north, even though they've probably got a good, 10 minutes or so head start, it's fair to feasible to think that you can catch them and cut them off before they make the full journey anyway.
I'm gonna turn as we ride and say to Marlo, I don't like this either.
Alrighty. Okay, well, you speed off then on your skiff, leaving the carnage and the blood of the Highlanders' bodies laying all over the snow, smashed and crushed against the rocks for all birds to come and feast upon and see. And that will be the perfect spot for us to wrap it up for this evening. It's not a cliffhanger, but that's okay. It doesn't always have to be a cliffhanger. It's nice and neatly, tidily tied up for this episode anyway. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter @HowWeRoll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.
Shagget here. On How We Roll, I play Radovan Rainier, War Priest of St. Cuthbert, who just so happened to author a new academic book that's coming soon. It's titled Libido Rectification for the Required Propagation of Arconis' Depleted Men-at-Arms, or more affectionately titled Mandate Number 2 and You. You can follow me on Twitter at @neb_convos for upcoming book excerpts, just to get the hype going, push up the sales. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I'm the Dragon Spooker, and I play Marlo Rayfell, monk and resident badass for How We Roll. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so using @DragonSpooker, or follow my Twitch channel, which I sometimes stream on, twitch.tv/TheDragonSpooker.
Hi, thanks for watching another episode of How We Roll. I am Jane Ivana, and this is my lovely cat, Norman, who really doesn't want to be here right now. You can follow me on Twitter, @JaneOnTwitch with a 0. Shh, don't tell him, he doesn't like birds. No. I stream occasionally on twitch.tv/Jane Ivana, so you can find me there. And I guess that's all we got. You got something to say? Nope. Peace, suckers. Bye.